Alright, today we're going to talk about finding percent of change. So let's say you raise your grade from a 58 to a 76. So to find percent of change, it's always going to be the difference over the original. So first find the difference between 78 and 56. Sorry, said that backwards. 76 and 58. So we're going to subtract. 16 minus 8 is 8. 6 minus 5 is 1. So I get 18 is the points that you raised your grade. So then I take that difference and put it over the original of 58. So here you have two choices, and that's to either set up a proportion or divide, get a decimal, and make it into a percent. So I'll go ahead and just use a proportion. So my percent over 100. So cross multiply, I get 58p equals 1800, and then I'm going to divide by 58. So 1800 divided by 58. So 58 will go into 180 3 times. 3 times 8 is 24, carry the 2, 3 times 5 is 15, plus 2 is 17. Subtract, I get 60 when I bring down that 0. Subtract, I get 6. So 58 will go into 60 one time with 2 left over. And then if I had a 0, it would make it 20. And 58 won't go into 20. So I can round that to just 31. So you raise your grade 31%, and that is an increase. Anytime you're dealing with percent of change, you need to indicate if it was an increase or a decrease. Alright, so let's say a pair of jeans cost $28.50 and they're on sale for $22. So again, it's going to be the difference over the original. So first find the difference, $28.50 minus 22. It's going to be $56.50. So you're going to put that difference, $6.50, over the original of $28.50. Here I'll do the other method, so I'm going to divide $6.50 by $28.50. Move my decimal. So I get 650 divided by 2,850. I need to add a decimal and a 0. So now 6,500 divided by 2,850, and it'll go in there 2 times, which is 0.075. So subtract, I get 800, add another 0. So 2850 will go into 8,000 2 more times. Which is 5,700. We subtract. You get 2,300, add another 0. And 2,850 will go into 23,000 8 times. Which is 0. Carry the 4, that's 68. Carry the 6, 8 times 2 is 16, so that'll be 22. So I know it went in 8 times because it's 23,000 is less than 22,000. So I got 3 decimal places, I can stop there and just round this. So that 8 tells the 2 to turn it into a 3. So this is about 23 hundredths. Make that a percent by moving your decimal twice. So that's a 23% decrease. Again, you always have to make sure you indicate if it's an increase or decrease. Alright, so let's do one more. So the store cost for an item is $2.75, and they sell it for $3.95. So again, start with finding the difference. So that's $3.95 minus $2.75. 0, 2, 1, so that's $1.20. So that'd be 1.2 over 2 75/100ths. So here I'll do a proportion again. Equals my percent over 100. So P times 2 75/100ths would be 2 75/100ths P. Equals 100 times 1 2/10 would be 120. So now I need to divide by 2 75/100ths. So 120 divided by 2 75/100ths. Move that decimal twice. So 275 goes into 1200 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. Carry the 2. 4 times 7 is 28 plus 2 is 30. 4 times 2 is 8 plus 3 is 11. So I get 100, add another 0. So 275 will go into 1,000 3 times. Just 3 times 5 is 15. 3 times 7 is 21 plus 1 is 22. And 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8. So I subtract. I get 175. And you add one more 0. So 275 will go into 1750 6 times. Which is 6 times 5 is 30. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 6 is 48. And 6 times 2 is 12, plus 4 is 16. So 1750 minus 1680, I know that I can subtract, so I'm finished there. And the reason I needed to go with that decimal place is to know what to round to. So that 6 tells the 3 to round up. So that's a 44% increase.